Hey guys, and welcome to Free Live Training Fridays. In today's session, we're going to be talking about how to call in your soulmate, how to manifest your soulmate, or even how to heal your current soulmate relationship. So if you guys are new, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Astaria, and on Fridays we do live training on YouTube and here in the Facebook group, the private Facebook group. And this week we're talking all about love and manifesting love. And I could see Cosmo behind me. He's inside today. The curtains are going. That's him. He might come up and say hi. Cosmo, would you like to come say hi to the people? He might make his way. However, in the meantime, here's what we're going to do. So what do we do at the very first, the beginning of any live training? We always want to clear the energy. We want to clear the air. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure we're in Facebook. Let's make sure the Facebook group is here with us. 1 second. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. How's everybody doing today? All right, let me just refresh this page. Just make sure the Facebook group is here. Okay. All right, and so we're going to light some sweetgrass today because we want to bring in the love. This is more positive energies. Sometimes I like this after I burn sage to bring the positive intentions, because after you clear the energy, you want to bring in some love and light, right? So you could light a candle, you can light an incense. I like to do sweetgrass sometimes, so we're going to light this in just 1 second. I'm just making sure we're up in the Facebook group. I see we're on YouTube. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay, we're in Facebook and we're on YouTube. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Only 2 places I do my live trainings at now. I no longer do it on the business page, and I no longer do it on my profile. So you've got to be in the Facebook group or YouTube. So we're going to light some sweetgrass first. Okay. If you guys want some sent your way in just a moment, let me get this lit. I'm going to invite you guys to close your eyes. You can put your hands up, take a deep breath, and say, I receive, and I will send you guys some beautiful love and light coming your way. Anybody else burn sweetgrass? Actually, when I go out and forage for it, and I want to go find my own sweetgrass so I can make my own bundles. I knew this girl who lived down the street from me who used to do it, and I should ask her where she used to go because I'd love to go get my own sweetgrass. But you guys can send you guys some more. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so we will leave this burning, and I will set this down. Let's put it right over here for a moment. So we'll leave that burning, and before we jump in today's live training, I always do a quick collective card pull just to start off the free training. So I'm going to grab one quick card, just a 2-minute thing, and then we'll jump in how to manifest love. How do I call on my soulmate? How do I heal my current soulmate relationship? We're going to talk about all those things, and the answer is just one simple thing. Wherever you're at on your soulmate journey, there's just one simple thing you got to do. And so we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But first, let's get a collective card for everybody. Let's see what we got. You know, I was using this deck last night, and I got this deck like 2 years ago, and I like never use it. So I was like, oh, let's use it today. Like, this is calling me. Let's use this beautiful deck today. Okay, power and intention. Ooh, okay, beautiful. I'm really feeling with this. This is more about manifestation, because and manifestation can come up in many ways. We can do a manifestation technique. We could do a spell. There's so many things we can do to call in our soulmate, but also power intention, like everything you put behind it. So it can be your thoughts. It can be your wording, what we're doing every day. Ooh, I just posted something on Facebook and Instagram about your body hears every thought that you think, your body hears every word that you speak. And so if we constantly have those negative thoughts and we don't think we're good enough and love's never going to find us, and why doesn't this man love me, or why doesn't this woman want to be with me? If we're constantly thinking those things, you're putting in your body. People break down with like physical illnesses all the time, and it comes from an emotional state of being, or it comes from a mental state of being. So power and intention is everything, right? You have that good power and intention when you want to call on your soulmate. rose quartz. I got some rose quartz. I put the intention of these, program them, tell them what you want them to do, right? Anything you want to use for manifestation, the power and intention behind it. We also have to be careful of the unconscious power and intention, like I was talking about, that negative self-talk, or we're just sitting here talking with a friend. The next thing you know, we're gossiping, or we're complaining about our day, or we're just venting, but we're putting that out to the universe still as a vibrational energy. Every word we speak, every energy we give off is a vibration. And whether we're just venting and we're aggravated or frustrated, if it's coming down here as a vibrational energy, that power and intention and still is going to go out to the universe and it's going to come back to you. So watch what power you're putting out to the universe and watch what intention you're putting into the universe. Use it for the highest and good, love and light, all of that good stuff. But short, speak your reality into existence. Okay. All right. So now we get to talk about the fun stuff. Okay. All right. So let's talk about how to, you know what? I know what we're going to do. Let's talk about, I'm going to share my story. Let's change this up a little bit because you're going to hear how it works through me. Beautiful. Okay. I do a lot of how-to videos on YouTube, and I'm like, how to open your third eye, how to decalcify the pineal gland, how to open a chakra, how to balance the chakra, how to do this. And I think there's a lot of more power in hearing it like as a testimonial or somebody's experience. They're like, yep. That's what we're going to do today. Okay. Yeah, I've been really called that for a while about more kind of sharing my story. And so I think that's what we're going to do with the training session today. So, yeah, okay. How to manifest love. I will say a couple things with this really quickly. If you guys want to know how to call on a soulmate, sure, there are manifestation techniques you can do. I have single sessions where I get you to call in a soul tribe family member, heal your current relationship, manifest a twin flame, whatever it is. I have like single sessions I do with my clients. I also have like a 21-day program I do with my clients as well, where we can really work on manifesting the right one and healing yourself and calling in soulmates. There's plenty of work we can do. However, because here's the short answer with that before I get into my story. If you want to learn about, since we're talking about power and intention, I'll throw this out there as well. And you know what? Actually, I think I'll do a week on this, because this week I've been talking about how to come in union with yourself and how that can bring you in the one. But there's a whole other aspect of this about how to manifest love. And basically, the short answer is becoming the vibration of love. So if you guys want to know about that as well, I will be doing an upcoming week. I'm not sure when, but I'll talk about it all week, and then I'll go live and explain it as well, how to become the vibration of love. Because once you become the vibration of love, love's going to come find you. Whether it's a twin flame, a karmic, a soulmate, a life partner, some form of love will come find you. And it may not even be a romantic love. Like, there's love of all forms. Like, we have love with our parents and our coworkers and our siblings and our family and our friends. And so love, once you become that vibration of love, you don't have to chase love, and love will find you. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments, because I will do some training on that in the future. But again, if you guys want any one-on-one stuff, let me know. There are links in the description of the video. We can get you on a free love awakening call, and I can talk to you about how to become the vibration of love, which can bring in a soulmate. But that all being said, that is not why we're here today. What we're here today to talk about is becoming into union with yourself. Okay. So my story, I went through my Kundalini awakening when I met my twin flame in January 2019. And along the way, I never heard the word twin flame in my whole life. And all these signs and synchronicities were showing up about karmics and false twin flames and real twin flames and soulmates. And I started researching and learning, like, what's the difference between a soulmate and a karmic and a twin flame and a narcissist empath, and all these different dynamics that happen out there. And there was one thing I kept hearing as a common denominator when I was researching stuff along the way. They're like, and I don't remember their exact words, so I'm going to put it in my words, was basically come in union with yourself. Fall in love with yourself, become so healed and whole that you have so much self-love, love yourself unconditionally, become a beacon of light of love. Unconditionally love yourself. Once you are in alignment with yourself, your true twin flame will come along. Now, for me, the one that woke me up was I was in a narcissist empath relationship. And so I had that false twin flame wake me up. He was just my catalyst, right? However, that story was still playing in the back of my head. It was way back in the back of my head. Like, it was just stored as storage, and I kind of forgot about it, to be very honest, right? Many years later, it just kind of came back now. But again, become in union with yourself, fall in love with yourself. Like, nothing else matters. Here's the thing. The true spiritual path is all about self. It is. I believe why we come to earth is for three things. One, it's all about love, because you are a being of love. You are a being of love and light. And that's simply put. So everything that, when you break everything down to the existence, it's light and love. Okay, masculine and feminine, and you are a being of love. So the answer to everything is always love. Okay. We're also here to help each other. Just help each other. We're here to learn and grow, right? We're here to learn and grow on the soul path, and we're here to help each other, right? Those three simple things. That's it. Help mankind, help the collective, help your neighbor, learn and grow on the soul level, and love. Like literally, that's it. So we bring it back to self. Okay. We bring the love back to ourselves. We bring the lessons back to ourselves. I always talk about all the time. I'm sure you guys hear me say it about how we want to make sure our cup is full first, that we put our mask on before a child. They tell you that on a plane, right? So we want to make sure that we're okay first, right? We learn ourselves, and then we go out, we learn inwards, and then we can help out exterior. We bring that knowledge out to the world. So we learn, and then we go teach. We help ourselves, and then we can help others, because now my cup is not overfilling with your energy. It's overfilling with my essence. And now I can go hand out all the cups that I need because I'm in such a vibrational alignment. I love myself. I become the vibration of love. Love will confine me, right? Again, those three principles of life you can bring into this. So again, this thought about all those people that were telling me, come in line with yourself, marry yourself, love yourself first, it is stored somewhere back in the hippocampus, long-term memory. It just walked away in the brain. Kind of forgot about it. Like 5 years later, here I am going, oh, yeah, that all played a part. Because what happened was back in, when did it start? May. I came back from like a 4-month trip, and I came back, and I went into business hibernation for about a year. And what I didn't realize is I was like launching my business and working on my brand, and I was so busy working. But what happened along the way is I kind of secluded myself from the world, which ended up being a really good thing because it allowed me to go inward and heal myself. Parts of my shadow would come up. I'd be overworked. I'd be exhausted. I'd just be tired. The shadow was coming up, and all of these former parts of me I had to deal with. And so I spent this year kind of like in this isolation just so I could launch my business. But what I didn't realize is I was healing myself. It was a challenging year because I just worked, and all of this stuff came up, all these former issues that I thought I had worked through. Different parts of me were shown to me every day when I looked in the mirror, my shadow, right? And so what happened during this year is I continue to work on myself. Now, for those of you who don't know, actually, I don't know if I ever talked about this before, but maybe once. I don't know. Astaria is not my birth name, or as I say, my earth name. Astaria is a spiritual name that was gifted to me along my journey. My earth name is Cynthia. And so what happened was, while I was on this journey, on this business hibernation, while I was integrating my shadow, that was Cynthia that was showing up in the shadow. I was working through all Cynthia's blocks for about a year because it was challenging, like not being out, not being around community, not going out and doing stuff. I was so much in the mental plane that, like, I mean, I had a couple like mental breakdowns, but what happened was I pushed through and learned so much resilience. I had to lean on my spiritual practices. I had to see why I was getting angry, where I wasn't honoring myself, where I wasn't loving myself. And each day and each week and each month, it got better and better. Now, this isn't just my story. You don't have to go to business hibernation, but the whole point of what I'm saying is parts of Cynthia came up, and I integrated my shadow, and I worked through all of that, because Cynthia is my ego, the mind, right? My shadow, and Astaria is the soul, the light, my spirit. But it's the two that come together that make me the human being. I cannot be here as a human being without Cynthia, right? Astaria is who I will be when I leave this planet, and I will keep going shining. My soul will transcend to the other side. But while I'm here, I still have to work with Cynthia's essence. So Cynthia came up big time for me about a year. It was very challenging. I was in narcissistic relationships. There's manipulation. There was all the stuff that was being triggered within me. Addictions were coming up with food and all kinds of stuff that I was just like forced to face about myself and how I got through. Do I have the time every day? Here was one big thing for me. I kept telling myself I didn't have time because I was so busy. And so I wouldn't do my meditation. I wouldn't do my yoga. I forgot all my spiritual practices. And I led to this complete burnout. I led to the end of my dark night of the soul. This is what it was. This was my dark night of the soul. Now, you don't have to go through a dark night of the soul to manifest love. I'm going to wrap this all into manifesting love here in a second, so bear with me. But what happened was I got to a point, like I'm a coach. Like, I help people. People come to me and they're like, here's my problem and here's where I want to be. How do I get here? I can quantum jump anybody from here to here. I will quantum jump you. I can see stuff for other people, and I know how to get you from here to here. I can do that for anybody. But for some reason, because I was so like into the darkness of Cynthia for a year during that business hibernation, that I forgot that I could quantum jump myself. I forgot my own practices. I forgot my own stuff. And then I realized, holy Moses, like, what would I tell my coaching client? This was one of my first breakthroughs, right? I was here and I wanted to be here. What would I do? And I literally took myself out of my ego, I became the witness, the observer. I stepped into Asaria's energy and looked at it like, what would Astaria tell Cynthia to get through her blocks? How can she get herself out of dark night of the soul? And I started doing those things. And a lot of it came back to my spiritual practice and my spiritual principles and all the stuff that I wasn't making time for myself and I wasn't honoring myself. Everything that I did that kept me in alignment for all those first 4 years of my awakening, like I brought them back one by one by one. Instead of pushing down the shadow, I started healing it. I started working through blocks. I wasn't afraid to face my darkness. I wasn't afraid to integrate all of that. I wasn't afraid to work through my issues, my challenges, my problems, my blocks, all that stuff. I started dealing with them one by one by one by one. Because what happened was it came too much because I wasn't dealing with them and they all started stacking on top of each other. And so then I was like, here, I would do this healing technique and I would do this mantra and this meditation and I would try this and I kept doing all of these things. And little by little, I started working through all the blocks. And I got to a really, really good place myself. I think when I first woke up was the first time when I went through my Kundalini awakening. I truly loved myself and I had self-love and self-respect. And I thought it was at like 100%. But what happened was the next year I loved myself more. The next year I loved myself more. I found more self-esteem, more self-respect, more self-value. And each year kept growing and growing and growing to the point I didn't think I could grow anymore. I was like, oh my God, I'm in complete abundance with myself. I know my worth. I have so much confidence. I know my self-love. Like my heart was exploding with love. But there's a difference between 3D conditional love and 5D unconditional love. And I was starting to tap into that as I was getting out of my dark night of the soul. I was becoming in union with myself. I spent a whole month and there were things that were building and building and building. What happened was another thing I did for myself is I said, hey, again, what would I tell my coaching clients? I have this 7-month chakra program that I rerun with myself all the time to test out new ways. What works? Can we try this? Can we remove this? Let's see. Can we do it shorter, like 7 weeks, 7 days? Like, what can I do to best serve with my clients? And so I ran the program with me a different way. And I started it in March last year and I finished it in October. And the program was helping me because each chakra, you spend a month, whole moon cycle on each chakra. And so I went through all the deep blocks in my root chakra and all the deep blocks in all of my chakras. And I faced those parts of my shadow, but instead of just like, I'm done and transmuted them, I integrated them within me. So I started really facing and doing all the shadow work and I integrated and I was becoming whole, like piece by piece by piece, I was becoming whole. And what I didn't realize is I was becoming in union with myself. What I didn't realize is I found so much self-love and self-worth within myself. I balanced out my yin and my yang, my masculine and my feminine. I literally was becoming in this whole complete energy. And I got to this place at the end of my dark night of the soul. It's like you go down and you think you hit rock bottom. And then it's like, that's where I was at for a period of time. And then rock bottom as a basement. And then I went down even further. And I was like, it can't get any worse than this. But what happened is that's where I completely surrendered. And I said, I give up. I don't know what else to do. And I put my hands up and I said, I will do all the spiritual work. And I really went deep, deep, deep into myself. And that's when the true integration happened. It was all these spiritual practices and principles and things that I was doing on a daily basis, the consistency, all that stuff I forgot because I thought I was too busy with work. And I brought them all back and I started doing all the spiritual work and I worked on myself. Then I integrated. And I was integrating everything. And as I was integrating, I was becoming whole. I was becoming complete. I was filling myself with so much love. And then it was, okay, I remember this person, but it's like that time's like 1,000. It's like, God, like, again, I didn't know I could love myself even more. I didn't know I could be even happier. I didn't know I could become more in union with myself. And so here I am in this great state of being. And I was like, whoa, like exploding with just pleasure and joy and love and excitement and creativity. And then I realized I needed to balance. I needed to balance out those energies. And I spent a good period of time balancing out the yin and the yang, the masculine and feminine, the sun and the moon channels. And I got to this really good place. It was probably the peak of my whole life. Probably happened late September, beginning of October last year. And I just became this vibration of joy. I'd never been happier. I literally could cry tears of joy and gratitude. It was the best place I ever happened to be in my whole life. Why? Because I became in union with myself. Now I'm going to tell you how this gets to love. Just bear with me another moment. So I faced the darkness, my dark night of the soul. I integrated my shadow. I integrated Cynthia. I found the balance, the masculine and feminine, and I fell in love with myself. I spent all that time alone because I thought I was working on my business, but what I didn't realize is I was working on me. I didn't realize I took that year to work on me and find out who I am. Find out who I am because I spent 35 years in the matrix, right? Astaria wasn't just born like this, Cynthia was. And Cynthia spent 35 years in the matrix. But now what? Who am I? And so I started remembering and relearning and becoming what do I like? Figuring myself out on the spiritual path on a deeper plane of existence, right? Once I integrated that side, it was like, whoa, it was a whole other, because there's the thing, when I first woke up, the first couple of years of my awakening, I was just off on Kundalini planet and I was all light. And it was like, I didn't realize at the time I was doing a lot of, um, what's the word? I wasn't doing the shadow work, right? And so, because I was just all light and everything, the answer was all light. And that's a great place to be in. But I was ignoring parts of Cynthia that hadn't been healed. And so once I finally addressed them and I integrated them, I became this, whoa, like, I know love could feel like this. And I had it all within me. But again, remember, I spent that year. What I thought was business hibernation. No, this was integration of Cynthia cells into Astaria's new being. This was uncovering true love within myself. This was activating my divine masculine and my feminine. This was finding my worth, right? That's what happened in that year. Everything happened for a reason. And so I was at this point, I wasn't dating. I wasn't out with my friends. I wasn't doing whatever. And so love was like the last thing on my mind. And I actually remember I was over at my neighbor's house and we were at she had a bonfire one night and one of her friend was coming over and she was like, I need to set you up. And I was like, listen, no. Like, I don't want a relationship. I don't want a date. I don't want a man. I don't want love. Like, I did not want that. And I truly heartily meant that. There have been times in my life I would say that after a breakup, but it was more like, F men, they lie, they cheat, they're all the same. Like, I don't want love. It wasn't that. I became in such union with myself. I didn't need a relationship. Need being the key word. Let me highlight that and I'll come back to in a second. But I didn't need a relationship. I didn't need love. I didn't need a date. I didn't need anything. I loved myself enough. I felt so whole and complete. It didn't matter. Like, sure, where you're at, once you get to that point, love is the extra bonus. The relationship is the extra bonus. Dating is the extra bonus. Like, having your soulmate is the extra bonus. That can bring in a whole other energy, but you don't need it. You don't need it. I didn't need any of those things. So Universe Clear was like, wow, you're in alignment. You became in union with yourself. You fell in love with yourself. And that at that point, love will come find you. Because again, all of a sudden, like, it felt like all of my friends were coming up to me at one point, like, because I was integrating back into at that point, as I was trying to find the balance, integration, I was like getting back out and realizing, okay, I can't just spend all this time working. Balance is key. Work, take a break, work, go out and socialize, work, and then do this. And so at that point, I was all of a sudden I started reconnecting all my friends again. Why did every one of them want to set me up? I'm like, no, I don't want love. Like, I'm good. Like, and I truly meant that. I was like, I could be good, like, single for the rest of my life. Like, I'm so freaking happy. And I was in the best state of my life. But guess what happens when you get there and you don't want love? Because when you want it and you desire it, sometimes, right, you're just waiting. Wanting is waiting. You can push it away when you idolize it too much. But because I was in such union with myself, guess what happened? Here it came. In came divine masculine. In came a counterpart. Love came and found me. I wasn't looking for it. I didn't ask for it. I didn't want it. But because there's the push-pull energy, right? I didn't need it. It will find you. So this is one thing you have to do. Now, again, you don't have to go through all of those extremes, right? We could do a 21-day program where, again, I can get you working through these blocks just to get you in union with yourself. We can do a 90-day program. Like, it just depends on where you're at. That's why I have the free love awakening call, so I can see where you're at. So, okay, we need to do 21 days. We need to do 90 days. Like, what do you need to get back in union with yourself? And I create a plan that gets you in alignment with yourself. Like, what your blocks are going to be different than mine. How much pain and trauma you have is going to be different than his and hers. And so how much time you need to spend on integrating your shadow and working on yourself and getting you yourself, it will be different for each of you. And again, I actually don't necessarily recommend that everybody just go lock themselves and cut them off from the world. That's just my story. I've got plenty of clients that work through the stuff and they're out and they're in the community and they're doing all kinds of stuff and they can still get in union with themselves. Some people, it's just getting over the ex, and that's blocking the connection from coming in. But then again, we work on yourself and heal yourself from that heartbreak, and then you start to love yourself again, and love can come in. Okay. So your personal story is going to be different than mine. It's going to be different than everybody's. But the short answer is all you have to do is not need love. You can want love. Let's use the word desire. I don't really like the word want because want equals waiting. With the universe and manifestation, when you say I want something, you're going to keep waiting for it forever because that means you say you don't have it and you're not. Everything's in present moment. So if you're wanting, I don't have it here. It's never going to come in, right? So what is it you desire, right? It is okay to still desire a relationship. Is it okay to still desire a soulmate? It is okay, pardon me, to still desire love? Is it okay to still desire a soulmate, a twin flame, a karmic partner? There's good karma, so don't think that's bad. But whoever's going to come in to help you learn and grow, because we're all here to learn and grow and learn about love and learn about ourselves. All of that is fine, but when you get to the point you don't need it, and you're in such a complete state, when you're in union with yourself, when you love yourself wholeheartedly, you have all the self-love and all the self-worth, love will come find you. Love will come find you. I promise you that. Love will come find you. You don't have to chase it, okay? Again, how we talked about in the beginning, the only other thing, well, not the only other thing, but what else you can do if you're like, hey, I'm not going to become in union with myself because I want love too much and I need it now, right? You just become the vibration of love. Or you can work through manifestation. You can work through manifesting love. There's more than one way to bring love in. This is the one thing we're talking about this week. And like I said, I can talk about how to become the vibration of love on another week's live training. But this is my story. This is what happened to me. Basically, I became in union with myself and my divine masculine found me. Simple as that. Simple as that. Simple as that. I didn't have to look for love. I didn't want love. It came in. It came in. It came in. Okay. Let me see. Hold on one second. I'm going to check these comments over here. Okay. Hello, Chris. How are we doing? Hi. Okay, beautiful. Came to the conclusion that fear is the matrix within the matrix. There seriously is a matrix within the matrix. Let me tell you guys, it's self-creating and self-defeating. Okay, that's fair. Let's see. Okay. Archmage. Am I saying that right? I see you changed your username. Yep. Is it Archmagi? Archmagi? Oh my God. I'm totally saying that wrong. I'm always afraid I butcher people's names on there. Okay. With each and every one of us. Okay. Well, each and every one of us are connected to the well of souls after all. Yeah. And I truly believe that. How I would say it, it's basically the same thing. It's just different wording, but I believe the same thing. We're all just a piece of God. We're all just a piece of source. Whatever you want to call as your creator, the creator, God, source, energy, the universe, whatever. Up here, we're all just fragments of that. We're all just a piece of God. We're all just a piece of source, right? We're all connected, the law of oneness, right? And so we're all just little pieces of God. So yeah, or the well of souls, that works too. Archmagi, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Okay. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Currently on my way to Florida. Beautiful. You're on your way to the sunshine. I'm on my way to the sunshine too, but the opposite side of the United States. I got a couple more days and I will be in the sun too. Because it's cold up here where I live and I'm trying to get to somewhere warm. Oh yeah, I can't wait. Okay, beautiful. I hope you have a safe trip. You're going with some friends. Going to be there 8 days. Nice. Ooh, expenses paid. Dang, look at you manifesting a beautiful trip there. Awesome. And 33 has been coming up a ton. Oh, 33. What you know about that 33, right? It is a master number. 33 vertebrae with Kundalini. There's a lot of 33 was coming out for me last night too. Very intensely. I love that. Beautiful synchronicities. Let me see. Tons of confirmation on freeway signs. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay, beautiful. All right, guys. So I will drop a link into the comments about if you guys want to sign up for the free Love Awakening call. And on there, we can jump on a quick 15-minute call to see where your blocks are, to see if you just need to learn how to do some love manifestation techniques, to see if it's have you become the vibration of love, or see if you want to get in union with yourself. Balance out your yin and your yang. Work on your own divine masculine and feminine. You want to know how you get your divine masculine, your divine feminine? You balance out your divine masculine and your divine feminine. We all have masculine and feminine energies within us. Once they are balanced, you become in union with yourself. Once they are balanced, your masculine and feminine are balanced, you can have your counterpart. I'm more masculine, so it brings in the feminine, right? If you're more feminine, it brings in the masculine. Once those states of channels, those channels are balanced, you're going to get your counterpart. Okay. Once they are in balance, they're in union. Once you're in union with yourself, you're going to get in union with your soulmate, your twin flame. That's how energy works. If you're in union with yourself, your union with your counterpart, your divine counterpart, your soulmate, your twin flame will come in because you're in union with yourself. It's as simple as that. And it's not as hard as it has to, as you may think it is. And it doesn't have to be a year. That's just my story, right? I've seen people do it in 90 days. So I've done one session with somebody and they learned how to manifest love and they called in their soulmate. Like there's different healing techniques for all of us. And so I definitely will keep exploring like the love vibration and how to manifest love and becoming the vibration of love in upcoming weeks. Probably not next week because I'm going to be traveling, but we might do another love training session in February because February is all about love. So there'll be some more love training coming up here. If there's anything you guys want to hear about on Free Live Training Fridays, like any topics, drop it in the comments to let me know what you guys are interested in learning about. So we'll know what to talk about in future weeks. And again, I will get the link if you guys want to join the free awakening call. The free love awakening call. I will get that out in the comments just here in a few minutes. So until next time, you beautiful souls, be blessed. If you got anything out of this video, do me a favor and that thumbs up button this way. I know you got something that resonated. If you guys haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There's a bell too. You want to hit the bell and turn on all notifications. I don't want you guys to miss out on any upcoming messages. The next message just might be the message you need to hear today. All right, my loves, go find the love within yourself. Become the love vibration so you can call in your soulmate.